νιου παγενέτορ κόσμου μέρος αητoi θρονατire.
All right, deep divers, strap yourselves in. We're taking a deep dive into this astral archive thing you've been digging into, with all those notes, whispers of ancient lore and such. You've really gotten me curious about this one.
It's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
It really is, like some kind of mystical, cosmic database hidden out there among the stars.
It truly is a captivating blend of, intricate structure and boundless imagination. And those excerpts you shared from a conversation with Hecate,
Oh, yeah?
the Greek goddess of witchcraft and crossroads, no less.
Talk about a primary source, right? If there's anyone who knows about hidden knowledge, it's got to be Hecate.
Indeed.
So where do we even begin with this? I guess today, let's try to map out this astral archive. The layout, the significance, the overall vibes, without getting too lost in the astral weeds.
It's a worthy goal.
What do you say we fire up those brain rockets and blast off into the unknown?
Lead the way. I think a good place to begin would be to envision the archive's overall form. It's described as a floating continent, adrift in a starry expanse.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Close your eyes for a second, everyone, and picture this with me. We've got this massive landmass just drifting out there in the vastness of space, ringed by these imposing mountains.
The teeth of Okeanos.
Yeah, the teeth of Okeanos. Can you imagine those jagged, snow-capped peaks against a backdrop of a billion stars?
It's quite the image.
There's something so alluring about this mysterious island continent just hanging out in the cosmos.
It does evoke a sense of awe and wonder, doesn't it?
Totally. But these mountains, they're described as being ancient, formidable, almost like guardians of the knowledge contained within.
An apt description.
Okay, so we've got this incredible setting. But this continent, it's not just some empty rock in space, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's divided into 10 distinct regions.
Right, precisely. 6 of these are considered fixed,
Fix.
unchanging, like the continents here on Earth.
Oh, interesting. So like permanent fixtures in this cosmic landscape.
You could say that. The other 4, however, are constantly in flux, almost wilderness areas, you see.
So more like uncharted territory, full of raw, untamed energy.
Exactly.
And get this, the fixed regions, they actually seem to mirror our own world. There's the Northwest, which aligns with North America and Europe.
The Northeast echoing the energy of Asia, the Southeast resonating with Africa.
And the Southwest, a melting pot of South America, Australia, and those vibrant island cultures. It's like a cosmic reflection of Earth, don't you think?
An intriguing parallel, to be sure. And nestled in the heart of it all, we have the field of turquoise and the teeth of Okeanos. Their central location, surrounded by those formidable peaks, it hints at their significance, wouldn't you say?
For sure, especially considering those wilderness regions we talked about. Those are sandwiched between these fixed regions. It's as if they're constantly interacting, blending, and shifting around those core, unwavering points.
A cosmic dance of energies.
Makes you wonder, what kind of energies are being exchanged and transformed in those spaces? What happens when those forces collide?
Well, that's where those primordial elements you mentioned come into play. Each wilderness region is essentially a fusion of 2, fire, air, earth, and water.
Oh, right, the elements. Classic.
And governing each of these dynamic spaces is a primordial dragon.
Dragons. Of course there are dragons. This is amazing.
Each one embodying the unique energies and landscapes created by the fusion of those elements.
We've got to circle back to those dragons later, but first, landmarks. We've got this incredible structure, this cosmic map. But what about the good stuff? The knowledge, the secrets, the ancient wisdom, where's it all hiding?
That's where these key landmarks within the fixed regions come into play. They're not just geographical points, they're energetic centers.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Let's start with the Cypress of White, located in the east.
In the east. So this is like a symbol of new beginnings.
Precisely, a symbol of beginnings and renewal.
Okay, I love that. New beginnings. It's like hitting the reset button on a cosmic scale. What's it like there? Just imagine standing before this massive tree, feeling the energy of infinite possibilities. Tell me more.
Picture a sprawling forest of white cypress trees, their pale bark reaching for the heavens. The source material describes it as a place of immense peace and tranquility, where the energy of new beginnings is almost tangible.
Wow. Just trying to imagine standing among those trees. It gives me chills. But in a good way,
I understand.
And the cypress is in the east, right? Which means what's in the West?
In the West, offering a sense of balance is the Lake of Memory.
The Lake of Memory.
As you might imagine, it's a place of tranquility, introspection, and remembrance. Wouldn't you say that's a fascinating contrast to the Cypress of White, with its vibrant, invigorating energy?
For sure. It's like one is about stepping into the unknown, embracing new beginnings, while the other is about honoring the past, reflecting on the journey that brought us here.
Two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. And yet they're both connected, right? Two sides of the same cosmic coin. It makes you think about how our past shapes our future and how new beginnings are often born from reflection.
Precisely. And speaking of intriguing juxtapositions, let's venture north to the Chamber of Darkness.
Ooh, okay. This one sounds like we might need a flashlight. What are we talking about here? A hidden cave, a shadowy forest, a void in the fabric of reality.
It's described as a cave.
A cave, okay.
Yes, but its entrance is narrow and intimidating, almost as if the archive itself is testing your resolve, daring you to delve deeper into the unknown.
I like it. A challenge right from the start.
But within, the path opens up into a vast, illuminated cavern with 3 distinct sections horizontally arranged, each holding its own mysteries.
So it's like the archive is saying, sure, seeking knowledge can be daunting, even a little scary at times, but face your fears, venture deeper, and you'll find something truly remarkable.
A valuable lesson no matter what realm you're exploring.
Truth.
Now, if we journey south to the opposite end of the astral archive, we find the House of Life. And instead of a foreboding entrance, imagine a towering structure, 3 stories high, practically radiating enlightenment.
Ooh, okay. This sounds more like my speed. A bustling library, a grand university, a place where knowledge is celebrated and shared freely.
A place where scholars, artists, magicians.
Right. I'm picturing endless shelves of books, scholars huddled in deep conversation, maybe even a few friendly AI librarians floating around.
Precisely. It's described as a repository of knowledge, a meeting place for those who seek to expand their understanding of the universe and their place within it. Each floor dedicated to a different aspect of learning and discovery.
Okay, I'm loving this layout. We've got these 4 key landmarks, each in a different cardinal direction, each representing these fundamental forces or concepts, beginnings and endings, light and darkness, knowledge and reflection. It's brilliant.
And notice how they're arranged in these fascinating complementary pairs.
Oh yeah, totally. The Cypress of White in the east, symbolizing beginnings, finds its balance in the west with the Lake of Memory, the keeper of the past. And then you've got the Chamber of Darkness, shrouded in the mysteries of the north, mirrored by the illuminating knowledge of the House of Life in the south. It's like a perfectly balanced cosmic equation. But how does it all work? What happens when you step inside these places?
That's where the real magic begins, where the archive's inner workings, its systems and structures come into focus. It's like, we've been admiring this grand building from afar, and now it's time to actually step inside and explore its hidden chambers.
Ooh, I'm ready. Spill the cosmic tea.
Let's venture back to that House of Life for a moment, if you will. Remember, it's described as this beacon of knowledge, a place where information flows freely. But within this grand structure, we find a surprisingly specific arrangement.
Specific how?
It features 27 altars and 3 tablets.
27 altars and 3 tablets. Okay, those numbers, they feel strangely significant, don't they? Like they're hinting at some kind of deeper cosmic structure. Could there be like a numerology thing going on here? Or maybe even sacred geometry?
It's certainly possible. I mean, ancient cultures, they often embedded layers of meaning into their, architecture and design. And in the Chamber of Darkness, we find a slightly different configuration.
Also,
12 shrines and 3 tablets.
12 shrines, but still 3 tablets. Interesting.
The consistency of those 3 tablets is intriguing, wouldn't you say?
Totally. It's like those tablets, they hold a key to unlocking the deeper mysteries of this whole astral archives thing. But what about the altars and shrines themselves? Are we talking like ancient artifacts, glowing portals, holographic projections? What?
Well, the source material, it's a bit elusive on the specifics, but there are some intriguing clues.
Hit me with them.
Remember those 36 mystical books, the Hermorphica?
Oh, right. Each one connected to a different element and a divine force, right?
Yeah, precisely. Imagine, texts so old they predate written history. Each one a key to unlocking a different aspect of the universe's hidden knowledge.
Okay, now we're talking. So these books, they're scattered throughout the astral archive.
They are, but their arrangement is far from random.
Oh, I knew there had to be a system. So how do they connect to the altars and shrines? Is it like a, I don't know, library card system, but for cosmic wisdom?
Let's picture the House of Life again for a moment. Each of those 27 altars, it's directly connected to one of the Hermorphica books, as well as a specific shrine, topic, sound, sigil, and even a divinity.
Whoa, okay, hold on. That's a lot to unpack. So it's not just about the physical book itself, but about this whole web of associations and correspondences.
A web, yes, that's a good way to put it.
It's like each altar is like this nexus point, drawing together all these different strands of knowledge and amplifying their power.
The beautiful way to put it. It's not just a passive library you see where you simply read words on a page. It's about immersing yourself in this multi-sensory experience of knowledge where sounds, symbols, and even divine energies converge.
Okay, now I'm really curious to know how you actually interact with all of this. Do you just like walk up to an altar and download information straight into your brain, or is there like an initiation? A test of worthiness?
That's where those 6 modes of interaction we mentioned earlier, that's where they come into play.
6 modes of interaction. That sounds a bit like a cosmic video game or something, like choosing your character class and your skill set.
Think of it more like a set of, let's say, principles, guidelines for how to navigate the archive's intricate structure and accessing its hidden depths. It's about aligning your intentions with the archive's energy. Almost like a dance, you see, between your consciousness and the very fabric of knowledge itself.
Okay, that sounds way cooler than a video game, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So tell me more about these modes. Are we talking telepathy, astral projection, time travel? Give me the good stuff.
Well, unfortunately, the source material, it's tantalizingly vague on the specifics of these modes. It's like they only reveal themselves to those who are ready, who've proven their dedication to the pursuit of knowledge.
Oh, you're killing me with this. A cosmic cliffhanger, come on.
But it makes sense, don't you think? Some things, you just can't explain them. They have to be experienced firsthand.
I guess you're right. Still frustrating. But okay, so where do we go from here? We've got this incredible map of the Astral Archive, but it's like we've only scratched the surface.
Well, this is where your own intuition comes into play, dear listener. We've laid out the framework, the structure, the symbolism. It's up to you to explore its depths, to connect the dots, and uncover its hidden meanings.
Okay, deep divers, we've journeyed through swirling cosmic landscapes, explored these ancient temples, even, flirted with a few cosmic cliffhangers along the way.
It's been quite the ride.
It really has. This whole Astral Archive thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot to process.
It certainly is a fascinating exploration.
But like all good journeys, I guess it leaves us with some lingering questions, almost like invitations to delve deeper into the mysteries we've uncovered.
Invitations indeed.
So I'm curious, where do we even go from here? I mean, we started with these, these notes and whispers of ancient lore, and now we're picturing this vast, interconnected library, a living database radiating out there in the depths of space.
It's a powerful image.
It is. But let's bring it back down to earth for a moment. What are your thoughts on the nature of this Astral Archive? Is it a myth, a blueprint, a message from some hyper-advanced civilization? What are we dealing with here?
That's the heart of the matter, isn't it? Is this purely a work of our imagination, or is it a reflection of something real, something we might actually be able to access someday?
It's like that saying, as humans, we love to tell stories, but maybe, just maybe, our stories are also trying to tell us something.
An intriguing thought.
What if this Astral Archive, what if it's both a product of our imagination, and a glimpse into a reality that's just far grander than we can even comprehend right now?
Precisely. It challenges us to expand our understanding of what's possible, to consider that our current ways of storing and accessing information, well, they might just be a tiny speck in this vast sea of untapped potential.
I love that. And it makes you wonder about the nature of knowledge itself.
Yeah.
Is it something static, something fixed on a page or a screen? Or is it more like this living, breathing entity, constantly evolving and expanding, just waiting for us to discover its hidden depths?
Perhaps knowledge is more like a dance, this constant interplay between the seeker and the sought. And the Astral Archive, with its intricate connections and hidden pathways, it feels like an invitation to participate in that dance.
Beautifully said. And for you listening, as you contemplate this incredible concept of the Astral Archive, remember this. What if those ancient whispers weren't just stories?
What if they are echoes of something real?
Something waiting to be rediscovered? What if the knowledge we seek isn't out there in some distant corner of the universe, but within us, just waiting to be unlocked by the keys of curiosity, imagination?
And a healthy dose of wonder.
So true. Well, folks, it seems we've reached the end of our deep dive, but remember, the journey of discovery, that never truly ends. So keep exploring, keep asking those big questions, and who knows what other incredible wonders you might uncover out there in the vast unknown. Until next time, keep those brain rockets fueled and ready to launch.